and welcome to Beyond the Ball. I am Collie, and this week I am joined by Paddy. Bono, what's the story?
It's coming back, baby. Come on, United. Come on.
Hello,
the fucking show is over.
Hello.
Elf on the shelf.
Paddy, what's happening? All good?
Yeah, good man. Can't wait for the Christmas.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Connor, we're here with you as well. What's the crack?
Hey lads, all good, all good.
Waving to the fans. Love to see it.
Waving to the fan.
Lads, Messi's the GOAT, confirmed. The World Cup is officially over. Argentina have won. Messi is the GOAT, as I've always said. Paddy is snapping, I'd say. So we're going to be chatting a bit about the World Cup. We're going to give our little thoughts on how we thought it went. We're going to look at... What else are we going to look at? We're going to look at the fixtures for next week as well.
Football.
The Premier League is back, lads. I, for one, I'm still fucking depressed.
You have to go back to being a Chelsea fan.
Chris Potter is still the fucking manager, and I still have to go back and watch that absolute shy every week. So, yeah, it's gonna be a tough one, lads. We're gonna kick it off. Let's. Oh, Joe, I'm gonna pull this graphic up. Football review. Why not, lads? It's very relevant. Let's talk about the cup final, the World Cup final, lads. We all watched it. We all got a thrill of our lifetime for about 60 minutes. Then we had 60 minutes of absolute sleep. Paddy, what was your thoughts on it? How did you enjoy it?
One of the best games of football I've ever seen. It was brilliant. It really was. It was an excellent game of football. I really thought Argentina were going to bottle it when Mbappe got those 2 goals at the end of coming to the 90 minutes. I really did. And but no, it was written in the stars. They were meant to do it. Messi magic. Some talk that the last goal shouldn't have been allowed. That was offside, but I think it's bullshit because the hand was in the offside position. Couldn't score with his hand. So yeah, absolutely amazing game. But I wasn't happy about him having to wear that fucking nightgown when he lifted the trophy. That
ruined it. I thought that ruined it. Like, Connor, what was your initial thoughts on the game?
Yeah, great with Paddy. Probably one of the best games ever. I think it shows why football is kind of different than other sports. I think it's very rarely like the game was dead and buried. It was finished. It was the man might as well have started engraving the fucking trophy after 78 minutes, and then out of nowhere with the first break that France get, the first one they get in behind the back four, fucking game on, and then 70 seconds later it's France are going to win it, and it doesn't look like they're not going to win it. You know, it's crazy.
What did we think about?
Also, sorry, just to cut across there as well about the offside as well. If Varane didn't have such a big bunda, he would have been on, or he would have been off.
That was the good cooks in the United canteen.
The animation when it zoomed in and it just showed these big 2 cheeks. I was like,
such a delicious bum. Lads, there was a few kind of things that happened. I suppose I'm jumping towards the end of the game, but I wanted to talk about that save, that last minute save. Connor, you being a goalkeeper, like, is that not the thing that you would dream of as a kid if you're a goalkeeper? The World Cup, and you just save your team and go on to win it at the end, like just because of your save. Because you can't say that wasn't the right way to hit that ball. Because I can guarantee you, if he had done anything else, if he had tried to side foot it, if he had tried to lob it, everybody would have said, why didn't you just put your fucking foot through it? And he put his foot through it. It was going right into the corner. And Martinez comes out with probably one of the best saves and most important saves I've seen in a while. What were your thoughts on that save?
It's the new Gordon Banks against Pele header over the crossbar. It's like that's to me what it is. It's the epitome of a big time player with a big save in the biggest moment of his career. You know, it's like it doesn't get any bigger. And you say about dreaming about it as a kid, to save. The only thing you probably dream about more is to save a penalty in the shootout to win it, and he did
Yeah,
that as well.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
there's not
He
a
done
lot
it
he didn't
all.
do. Impressed with how fast he was off his line. Thuram is no slouch, and he managed to make up 13 yards in the space that he made 6. So did everything right. Not the first save he's made the tournament either. He's not like he just turned up. That's probably the reason why he did a team in the tournament. He beat the likes of Bono and stuff to it, who have also had great tournaments. So just because of how consistent.
He beat Paddy, did he? Bono.
He beat Paddy, yeah.
With the shades.
And how cool was the keeper as well?
I know,
Did you see him when he got his golden glove?
That is of all the
Directly
places
with the
to
lads
do
in
it.
front of him. Man. Whoa,
My favorite was Dara Maloney was doing the commentary for RTE, and he's like, there he is, Amy Martinez won the cup for his country. Oh, and now he's just let himself down. And now he's just
yeah. And he's just let himself down. I was like, oh, man, he's just absolutely elevated his legend.
I've seen pictures of him now doing the tour around Buenos Aires, and he has a baby doll with Mbappe's face on it.
Oh, for
it's like
the man is a legend.
He's fucking
a legend. And we never really seen that side of him in fucking the Prem.
We saw it against he not save a penalty against Ronaldo earlier on the season and spoke to him the whole way through it, and then ran up into his face and celebrated afterwards. Like
there's a bit there.
He's broken, like, and in fairness, watching the coverage on RTE, Liam Brady was one of the people who got him into Arsenal when Brady was involved there as a scout. And he was always broken. He was a little bit shy, but as soon as he stepped onto the pitch, he was a fucking madman. So
I seen a beautiful little a little kind of montage of like how it all began. Basically, he got his chance because Leno got injured, and then it just goes on. And there's a deadly video where you can see like he comes on, Leno gets injured, makes a deadly save, moves club, and then eventually obviously ends up lifting the World Cup. So
Oxford tweeted about it as well. Oxford have put up a tweet, whatever that was, 2014 when he was there on loan. Martinez started well, got crunched up in the first 4 minutes. Welcome to League Two. And they put out a tweet that on Sunday night going, yeah, he's not done too bad in the end.
From League Two to World Cup winner. Paddy, what's your thoughts on Mbappe? There's always been that debate now. It was with there's a few debates that are ongoing. At the moment, it was Messi and Ronaldo, but now we're kind of saying it was Mbappe and Haaland, maybe. But what's your thoughts on, like, obviously seeing Mbappe scoring a hat-trick in the final, and now it's kind of the passing of the torch from Messi to Mbappe? Do you think it's a fitting kind of way of losing, I suppose, like scoring a fucking hat-trick in the final? Like?
I think we're jumping the gun a little bit. If you had asked me before the World Cup, was Messi like finished? You know, did he have his best days? I would have said yeah before the World Cup, but then he played well. He's not Messi, you know, vintage Messi.
Prime Messi, yeah.
But he did play very, very well. Scored goals. And probably was the best player for Argentina through the tournament. He got the golden ball, didn't he?
Yeah.
But in terms of Mbappe, wonderful hat-trick. He was let down by his team, I think, because they just didn't turn up to the races. But I still think Haaland overall would probably be a better striker than Mbappe.
Paddy, there was news in the week, that the virus was going around the French camp. Do you think that might have affected them a bit?
Could have done, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was said that it was going around all right, but how much it affected them, we'll never know. Never know.
Connor, what did you think of Deschamps making some substitutions on the 40th minute and having the balls to take off Dembele, who had probably one of the worst starts I've ever seen to a match? It was fucking shite. And then taking off Giroud as well, who obviously we know is gorgeous. Took some balls to do that. So what were you thinking about that?
I don't think anyone's going to sit and do the balls that Didier Deschamps has. Like, we've seen it since he took over. Fucking Benzema out of the team, fucking Ribery out of the team, like making these big decisions and still being successful off the back of it, winning the World Cup previously, another final, a Euros final as well. So there's no doubt that the ball's in the boy. Yeah, Dembele's Dembele's first touch went out of play. His second touch, he gave the ball away, and his third touch went out of play. Like, I don't know if it's that lack of consistency
And
that
he gave away the penalty.
And he gave away the penalty. Yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a lack of consistency at game time, whether it's the occasion. He hadn't played too badly in the lead up. He had created a lot of chances for them. Nothing really converting off of it, but got him behind well. But that's what it needed. It needed for him to be taken off. I know it didn't make any immediate impact, but I think Mbappe going through the middle is kind of what gave them a note and having a little bit more pace out wide. Sorry, not pace out wide, but having pace through the middle and then bringing on Thuram for pace out wide was the right decision, and fair play to him, you know?
Yeah. Lads, I'm going to pull up a picture on the screen, which for me, it's just a beautiful thing to see. Obviously, Lionel Messi with the World Cup. It kind of is a lovely end to an unbelievable career. But the surprising thing that I saw was the amount of Ronaldo fans that had flipped the switch by going, now he's the GOAT. Paddy, you were obviously a big, massive Ronaldo fan, obviously pre-Piers Morgan interview. This whole debate of the GOAT and Messi and Ronaldo, where does it lead it now that he's after winning that World Cup and pretty much winning everything that's possible for him to win?
Yeah, I had this conversation over the weekend, and yeah, Ronaldo will go down in history as the greatest player of all time. If I was asked who would you rather in their prime in your team, if you could only pick one of them, I'd still probably pick Ronaldo in his prime.
Connor, what would you think?
But I don't disagree with. Sorry, just before you. But I don't disagree with people saying he's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. But I just preferred the way Ronaldo played. I just thought he was a machine. And now I mean Real Madrid time. I don't even mean when he came back to United. You know, when he was in his pomp. But that's it. Sorry.
You just said Ronaldo will go down as the greatest of all time, and you said I don't disagree with Messi being called the GOAT. That's what that means, Paddy.
What did I say?
You said doesn't matter.
You said Ronaldo the greatest of all time. You just said it.
You said Messi will.
No, you didn't. You said Ronaldo. You said Ronaldo.
Didn't watch as well.
You did. Did you not see my face when you said it?
No.
You said it, and I went. I looked at you.
I know. I didn't.
Anyway, blame the pink eye. Blame the pink eye. It's fine.
Do you know what's great, Paddy? You've made this so easy for me to clip and cause a bit of controversy online. I don't even have to clip it, and I just literally record it, and it's gone. So you're agreeing that Messi is the best of all time, yeah?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah. Neither of them play for United anymore. Fuck them.
Yeah. So Connor, where your thoughts were probably Messi before that, were they?
I was always a Messi fan, I suppose, and Ronaldo as well. They can be a fan, not be a fan of either of them, let's be honest. I disagree with the fact that some people were changing the decisions based on that Emi Martinez save. Like, if that ball goes into the net and France win, is all of a sudden Messi not in that conversation? Like, I don't understand that. I think it's just we went through decades without having players like that. I just think it's great the way that we got to live through the best of both of them, to be fair. And if we have the same, if we're both sat here in both of us, if all three of us, there's three of us here, but Paddy's not involved, so it doesn't matter. If we're sat here in 10 years, 15 years time, having an argument about who's better, Mbappe or Haaland, well then fucking happy days. We've seen another two fucking greats again, you know, and that's all you can hope for, and not going through eras of shite bags.
Yeah, which is what Chelsea are going through now at the moment with a manager like that. But lads, the talk about Messi being compared to the likes of Maradona and Pele and all that type of stuff, I'm just going to give you my opinion, and then I want to know if you agree or disagree with me. In my opinion, I just think Messi is so far ahead of all of them, and I'll tell you why. I think he's better than Ronaldo anyway. So I'd always put him ahead of Ronaldo either way. But if you look back at Pele's career, for instance, I know he's won World Cups with Brazil, but like the majority of his time was spent at Palmeiras, was it? Or whatever they are in Brazil. Whoever he was with, Santos, I don't know, whoever he was with in Brazil anyway. So he spent the majority of his career playing in Brazil. Now, everybody gave Messi shit about that for sticking with Barcelona and kind of not moving and not doing in different leagues. And that's why they always said that was their argument about Ronaldo, that he's done it in multiple leagues and stuff like that. But I just think if you bring Pele into today's game and even put him in the...
He wouldn't do very well. He's in palliative care, Kelly.
Well, look, if Pele made a miraculous decision, or
I wouldn't want to play up front right now for Liverpool. So
no, but I think Pele in his prime versus Messi in his prime in today's game, I just think Messi gets double the goals. Like, let's revert it. If we bring Messi back to their time and Pele up to this time, who do you think scores more goals?
Yeah, but if you flip it around, then Messi is not pumped full of fucking human growth hormone.
But he's playing against the standard of defending.
55, you know? So, like, then he's tiny and he doesn't play at all.
The standard of defending back then was just not the same.
Been a midget in WWE.
Yeah, the hornswoggle. But I just think the standard of defending back then is nowhere near as good as it is now. And all the technology, we've just advanced as players in total. So I think that him going back there would probably score double the goals he's getting now. And then I think Pele coming up to now would probably get half the goals he gets now. And I think the same with Maradona. Yeah. And I don't know if you agree with me on that, but that's why I have Messi up here. And then I've got, right, I will put Maradona, Pele, Ronaldo, all them into this kind of tier here.
I think one thing you can look at, especially about Messi, is like they're playing against athletes now, and they didn't. Yeah. Maradona and Pele didn't. Now Ronaldo got himself to be one of the best athletes ever. But you look at Messi, and he doesn't look, like he's really, really, really fit. He just looks like a normal bloke, but he just has this God-gifted talent to play the best football anybody has ever seen.
Yeah, I think so.
But if you flip things around and you're saying about Messi going back to score goals, then if you brought Maradona forward with the best of technology, the best coaching from a young age, the best facilities, someone to keep him off the drink and the coke and not
see, there you go.
Do you know what I mean? So like it's hard to compare across here. It's like comparing golfers across here, right? I'm sure like Jack Nicklaus was probably still one of the greatest of all time. Can he hit the ball as far? No, because we have technology plus all this other stuff that went alongside it to make golfers better now. But God damn it, if Maradona can do what he did.
Stop being so logical, Connor, will you?
Drugged up to the nines and off his tits. Like, imagine what it was like if he was clean. Like,
imagine what Messi could do if he was drugged off his tits. He'd be unstoppable. Now, I just think, like I get what you're saying, that like you'd probably advance them players, but I don't think them players probably develop as well as today's players do. It is a different era. It's a different generation. But all I can do is look at what I was watching compared to what I was watching from back then, put the two in the one bracket and say, right, who does better? And I know technologies are different and pitches are different, but I think defending is also different. You look at it different ways. The rules of the game are different slightly.
I played one game when I was semi-locked and I was brutal. Imagine doing that all the time and being best in the world. I
played a game, right? This is not a word of a lie. I played a game, right? I was after being on a Stags and I came home and I was literally the next morning. I drove home that morning to play a game, right? I was still fucking hammered.
What did the breathalyzer say?
The breathalyzer said I was okay to drive. But I went out, right? And I'm not even joking. I couldn't balance. And the first thing I done was the ball came towards me. I ran straight onto the pitch, no warm up or anything. The game had already started. So I came on about 5 minutes late. The ball came to me. I ran. I got the ball, took a touch, and I fell over and I completely scraped my knee. And it was on an Astro and it was snowing at the time. And it was the worst experience of my life. It actually really just turned me off playing football ever again. And I was like, I don't know how people do that. It's absolutely atrocious. It was so ridiculous. I just had to stop and I was like, what the fuck am I doing here?
He might drink, but he balanced the drink out with a few uppers as well. Do you know? The level.
Yeah. A little bit of cocaine for El Diego got him going. Lads, that's pretty much all in terms of... Actually, I haven't heard anything about fucking human rights in Qatar lately, lads. Have you?
And for RTE finished their coverage with it.
Qatar is a great country.
Yeah, we got our little paychecks. Connor, what were you saying there? Something on RTE?
RTE finished their coverage of the World Cup final by mentioning the number of people who had died for each stadium. Again,
for fuck's sake.
just as it was like, and then it cut to like a video of like Messi with the trophy giving it loads, and then it was
you
just
know
like,
what I mean? Like,
yeah, loads of
fucking
people are
hell.
dead.
And then
FYI.
I seen that your woman, was it a woman
Joanne
on
Cantona.
RTE? Yeah, it was her. Yeah, because she kept going. Well, keep an eye. And she kept going. Now let's keep an eye on everybody shaking the female ref's hand because nobody's gonna shake it. Your man straight away shook her hand. I was just like,
Yeah, but they didn't do it for the third and fourth place playoffs.
Yeah, I
must
seen
have
that,
got, he must have got told, being like,
Yeah.
shake her hand, will you? Don't be a fucking.
Shake her fucking hand. Yeah, we don't need this shit.
Also, before we go off the World Cup, what about Salt Bay appearing and then just walking around with a trophy?
What about him absolutely assaulting Messi?
Yeah.
Did you see what he was doing? He was like grabbing his arm and all, like Messi's just
He's
going
having none of it.
Yeah, it was great. It was great to see. Was it? Like he's an absolute pervert, right? I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna say this right now. Salt Bay is a pervert. I'm just gonna say it.
You'll
He's
never
an
be
absolute
invited.
pervert.
Did you
He's
see
an absolute
Sergio
pervert.
Aguero done a John Terry?
I know, yeah. At least John Terry was still playing football. At
No,
the time.
but Aguero was registered as a coach for Argentina, so he actually gets a medal. He does get a medal. It only came out afterwards. Yeah, he's registered as one of the assistant coaches.
That's brilliant. But no, fair play to Aguero. Unfortunately, the way his career ended, because no doubt he probably would have been in that squad anyway.
It would have been better than your man fucking, was it Lissandro that plays up front in front of him?
Alvarez.
No, the fella that plays Inter Milan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Lautaro Martinez.
Don't like him.
Yeah. Right, lads, will we move off to World Cup?
Chelsea here.
Back to normality.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I don't think I said normality there. I think I said normality, but that's pretty normal anyway. Right, lads, we're going to move off that. We're going to move on to... Lads, the Premier League is back.
Yes.
It is back. And you know what? I'm fucking dreading it. Absolutely dreading it. Sorry, I didn't get sick there.
Think about Chelsea.
We're going to move on to the first match that we're going to be getting, lads. Now, I know there's Carabao Cup and all that shit going on before it, but fuck that. Yeah, we're going Premier League. That's all we want to be talking about right now. So, lads, the first game, Aston Villa and Liverpool. Connor?
Oh, shit, it is.
Yeah, yes, it is. How do you feel about this one?
I think the break came at a wrong time for Liverpool. I'm not going to lie, they're on the ascendancy, and then all of a sudden it's 5 weeks, 6 weeks off. I've kept a little eye on them in the Middle East, doing that stupid Dubai Cup where all the games finish with a penalty shootout, which is fucking outrageous. Which is what it looks like how this going back to it, this new club champion tournament bullshit thing. They're going to finish with penalties no matter what the result is. That's what they're testing out on this thing, which is stupid. They looked handy. I think they're going to have pretty much everybody back. The only people who are like doubts for it are Fabinho and Van Dijk, because they were like the only two in the quarterfinals. Well, Alisson's going to play, but the outfielders, I think, is the main ones. But yeah, other than that, I'm confident enough. Obviously, Unai Emery's putting together a decent squad. I think the break will suit him. It'll give him more time to probably work with the majority of their players who are still there. Whether Emi Martinez is back or not for them in goal is a big thing, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he will be.
Surely they give him the week off here, and he's not back till next week. So I don't know. But it'll give him time to set his team up. You know, and the majority of them didn't go to a World Cup or got knocked out early, so they'll be organised. Yeah. There'll be a tight game, I think.
I suppose maybe I should have done it before we jumped into this, but Paddy, we were kind of talking about doing this before, where we kind of wanted to talk about our own clubs and what we expected for the rest of the season, and what we thought was going to happen and what we thought we needed for the transfer window. Connor, what's your hopes for Liverpool for the rest of this season, and what do you think they need to do in this transfer window to actually get what you want? Realistic.
Top 4.
Yeah.
For the end of the season. With a good cup run. So somewhere along the line, to be honest, if we won the Carabao Cup again, I'd be happy enough, especially with the start that we had. I'd like to see them go far in the Champions League. They have Real Madrid. It's the bogey team, really, so I don't fancy them getting 2 legs with them, to be honest. Or like an FA Cup run or something. And obviously they have City in the next round of the Carabao Cup. So if they beat City, there's a good chance they'll go to the final. But yeah, top 4 I think has to be the aim. Get back into Europe. In January,
what do you think? Yeah, what do you think is needed to do in the January transfer window, and what do you think you can actually get?
Midfield is where strength needs to come. Again, you're looking at fucking Fabrizio is teasing me. He's playing with my balls a little bit. He said that there's deals done for Enzo Fernandez, who won Young Player of the Tournament with Benfica. Two clubs get on. There seems to be rumours around Fabinho leaving in January for 50 plus million, which would be which would not be a bad time to cash in on him, I think.
Probably fucking buy him.
Probably. Yeah, midfield strengthening up is definitely where they need something. Obviously they're like looking around Jude Bellingham. Regardless of what you do with Bellingham, he's not going to leave in January, so that's going to be a non-runner regardless. If you get him lined up for the summer, happy fucking days. But yeah, if they can get somebody in this January to fill the hole of midfield that Fabinho has kind of left. He's not doing it himself at the moment, so fuck him. Yeah. Like someone else has to fill that hole.
Do you think Bellingham is actually realistic, like in terms of him wanting to go? I see a lot of him when I was looking at the World Cup, and you see kind of him around the squad. He spent a lot of time with the likes of Henderson and fucking Robert. No, not Robertson. Who was it? Trent.
I was going to say, I hope it's not Robertson. He plays for Scotland.
But no, he seems to be spending a lot of time around the Liverpool players. Like, do you think that's a good sign to see, or do you just think, right, it's just a friendship?
I don't think that makes a difference, but like I don't see why not. He's coming from Dortmund, yes. Like, is Liverpool a step up from Dortmund? Yeah, I think it is. It's still a bigger club. Do they still have the money to spend or the money to offer players? Probably not. So it depends on what the player's feeling, to be honest. If he wants more money and he can get more money, he can definitely get more money somewhere else.
Yeah.
With FSG selling up now, do you think they'll even bother investing?
From what I've heard, and again, it's true, the likes of like James Pearce and Henry Winters, who have been like journalists around Liverpool, who have been pretty reliable. It's FSG don't want to leave on a sour note, and they actually probably feel that they'll claw back most of the investment in a player by increasing the price of the shares of the club itself. So maybe not getting everything back, but you bring in Jude Bellingham for 100 million, you can probably charge an extra 50 million for the club anyway, on the back of the assets that you have in there. And it does sound like they want to go out with like almost like a parting gift. Now, how realistic is it? I don't know, but money was always an issue for them. Is it more of an issue now? I don't think so. It's just going to be the same issue as probably before.
Paddy, moving on to United, what do you reckon? What's realistic for you? You're sitting in 5th place at the moment. You are 3 points off 4th with a game in hand. A far worse goal difference of 10. What's that one for?
Where can they get to? Number 1, baby.
Oh, right.
Go on, Paddy. Right. Win the league.
Paddy,
go on.
What's your realistic thoughts here?
I think we can finish second.
Realistic.
I think we can finish second.
You really do?
I do. Like, the only thing that's bothering me is the striker situation. If Martial can stay fit and he can play to his ability.
Oh shit, I forgot Ronaldo was gone.
Yeah. I mean, talk about Messi. Absolutely.
How much did he contribute to the first half of the season now? But
well, he gave us great drama on the podcast.
Yeah. But looking at how we've started to play coming towards the end of the season, and the players coming back from the World Cup, I've nothing to be confident about. The manager seems to be doing a good job. We had 2 games there during the World Cup that we lost, but it was a lot of youth players.
You've nothing to be confident about.
What? Is that what I said? I'm very sick. I'm on medication.
Not enough with the sounds of it.
Yeah. I've nothing to be confident about. Paddy, we're going to just translate for Paddy. Like, I'm very confident. You say something, I'll translate for you.
All right, thanks very much. Yeah.
Thank you very much, please. Thanks.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait.
No, I'm dreading
I
it.
don't know. Ask me another question, will you? I can't even remember what you asked me the first
But
time.
Paddy, right? So you're saying you've nothing to feel confident about, but I know obviously you mean you're very confident. You do have Martinez who's going to be delayed coming back, so he's probably going to miss a game or two.
Didn't play the final though.
He's
Depends on
probably
when they get let go from Argentina, really, for the celebration.
yeah, still probably on the sauce, like.
Yeah.
With Big Harry, he's back in form now. Player of the tournament, won the player of the team in the World Cup.
Player of the team.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Right, Paddy. So let me see. Right. So you're saying second is your realistic target. What do you need to get done in the transfer window to make that happen?
Striker.
Just a striker.
A right back.
Oh. Okay. And anybody in mind or anybody linked with?
I haven't heard of anything, to be quite honest with you. No, I haven't heard anything. No rumor.
Yeah.
I know I may have, but right at this very minute, I can't remember.
Can I just say, lads, transfers have been so quiet during this World Cup. Transfers have just been so quiet for some reason, and it's a bit strange.
No rumors at all.
No,
you usually get these like lower stars, like Amrabat is now linked with pretty much everybody because he had a decent World Cup. But like, how realistic is it? I don't think anyone knows.
Chelsea have completed this. So Paddy, I think we're finished on United. You've second, but you don't know yet.
But I think they're looking to try to get rid of Wan-Bissaka. They're trying to figure out a way to like.
There was actually 4 contract extensions just signed today for Delot, Shaw, Rashford, and Fred. So they were all about to end their contracts in the summer, but they triggered their extra year. So Delot there makes me happy. The rest of them, and Rashford, I suppose, but it's Fred and Shaw. I don't know.
The kids in Manchester,
they're good kind of squad rotation players, I think. Though.
Yeah, no, they are. No, that's good to have.
Yeah. Lads, talking about no transfers happening. Chelsea signed Nkunku in the middle of all that World Cup. Done. It's done.
A broken leg or something now?
I don't know. Not that I'm aware of.
The World Cup. I thought he tore his ACL or something.
Oh, he done something in the Oh, Jesus! I never even fucking thought of that.
He's like crippled. Like he signed them.
He fucked his knee up in the fucking before the first game or something, or in training.
Yeah,
or something
he's not in the World Cup squad.
Look, he's not signed until the end of the year anyway. So, hopefully by then he's fucking back. Look,
the end of the year is next week.
Chelsea.
The end of the year is next week.
Yeah,
shut up, Paddy.
Bastard.
What is though?
It's like me dad's joke. I'll see you next year. Yeah. Classic.
But it is. I'm trying to do you mean the end of the season?
Yeah, the end of the season.
I didn't say that.
Football year. We got like football years here, buddy. Yeah, look, that's classic. Do you know what? Classic Chris Potter signing a player that just gets injured. Classic. Lads, Chelsea are sitting in 8th position at the moment. Haven't won in their last 5 games in the Premier League. Can we get a new manager, please?
I was going to say you can ask for something in January, but it can't be a new manager.
No, a manager. Like that's literally all we need. Like you had Christian Pulisic had a great World Cup for USA. You've got Ziyech, semi-final with Morocco. Pretty much played nearly every minute in the fucking thing for them. Ran the show for them as well. Was unbelievable.
Who's ran the show? Where does he play?
Ran the show. He plays on the opposite side. Plays on the right. But like we can't score goals, and we have the two of them sitting on the bench. The two most dangerous players we have. Meanwhile, we've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Look, I already hate this. I'm already hating Chelsea again. I want Potter out. That's what I think Chelsea need to get anywhere near 6th. If we get Potter out and we get Pochettino in, or Zidane in, or Simeone in.
Pot out, Poch in.
Pot out, Poch in. That's all I'm all for. Yeah, I think we need a few signings. I do think Nkunku is a good signing. Obviously, it's not for this season, though. But I think we need to change our tactics. I don't know what we're going to be able to get in the transfer window. Maybe another centre-half or two. Reece James should be back. I've seen him progressing pretty well. So that's a good sign. But I don't know where. Honestly, lads, if Potter stays in charge for the rest of the season, I think we're going to be finishing 8th.
I only read the Jorginho did an interview. I don't know when it was, but I saw it on Twitter today, and he sang Chris Potter's praises.
Yeah, sure. Why wouldn't he? He hasn't played a World Cup. He's been with him the last fucking 4 weeks. They're probably best mates. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
shared a room together, I think.
Yeah, fucking sucking each other off. Like, I can't fucking bear it. But yeah, it's so unoptimistic for Chelsea. Right, sorry, right. That's where I think we're gonna finish. Score predictions on this, Connor.
They're always nervy when they come back from tournaments like that or international duty, and it's always nervy on Boxing Day anyway. I'm going to say 1-0 Liverpool, and I'm going to go with... He scored 3 and 2. I'm going to back the horse.
Oh,
LD Nunes.
He's had a nice little break as well for himself. Paddy, what do you think?
Which match?
The one that's on the screen.
The one on the screen.
Yeah,
He hasn't even got the screen on.
I can see in his glasses. He's on Pornhub. Look.
You can't see my eyeballs. I was asleep.
Without waking him up. Liverpool and Villa.
You know I'm not well now. I'm going to say Liverpool are going to win. 3-1 Salah. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I think probably Liverpool will win. I don't think Martinez will be back in time anyway. I'm going to say 2-1 to Liverpool. And I'm going to go with Bobby Firmino to score. Lads, next one, Chelsea and Bournemouth. It's going to be classic that I'm pissing and moaning about Chelsea, and we're going to come back to an easy match like this, and we're going to win 3-0. So I'm going to go 3-0 to Chelsea, and I'm going to say the man that's been off and the man that I've been slating, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, to score. So let's see what happens there. Paddy, what you think on this one?
Big dirty 0-0.
Ooh, nice. Connor?
He's going to score?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 2-0 Chelsea, Kai Havertz.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Connor, sticking with you, United and Forest, what do you think?
Yeah, surely the only person United are missing then is Martinez, right?
No, Varane.
Yeah.
Varane might be.
Varane. Sorry,
Yeah.
Varane, yeah. Harry
Your
Maguire.
whole defense.
Harry Maguire, he's all right.
Yeah. Class.
Yeah, United at home. Yeah, is that on Stevens' Day or is it the day after? That's the day
That's
after.
the day after
Yeah.
Stevens' Day. Chelsea
Okay.
and United are both on the day after.
Yeah, well, we'll back United. We'll say 3-1, and we'll go with Marcus Rashford. I
Okay.
think he feels the void.
Yeah. Paddy, what do you think?
Bit of Jay Ling's coming back. Bit worried about United seem to be at their best when the manager had them for a couple of weeks together. You watch the start of the season and how bad we were, but then Ten Hag got them together, got them playing as a team. You did see one or two blips in the season where they kind of took their foot off the gas. Now they haven't been together for so long. I might be worried, so I'm going to go for a narrow win because it's at Old Trafford. If it was in Notts Forest ground, I'd probably go with a United loss, because of the defender situation.
Not even a
But
draw.
I'm going to go for a narrow win, and I'm going to say United 2-1.
Okay, yeah.
Anthony to score.
Anthony. Yeah, look, I can't see past United here. Even though they're missing a few players, they still have far more quality than Forest have. Forest haven't been playing great either. Can't win the last game. They're sitting in 18, so I can't see them doing much. I think United will win 2-0, and I'm going to say Rashford to score as well. Because I think, yeah, fair enough. He's playing well. Lads, that's pretty much it. Unless we've missed anything that you can think of. No.
Football's coming home.
Football's coming home. It went home. Right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. If you are watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, make sure you follow us, hit subscribe, hit like, get an comment in. We will respond to you. If you're on Spotify, make sure you follow us as well. Give us an 5-star rating, and same for Apple Podcasts. Don't be afraid to share it around as well, because that kind of helps everyone out. So, Paddy, it's been a sick night for you, but it's been a pleasure having you here.
Thanks very much. Can't wait for all the clipping that goes on Instagram.
Gotta clip this shit out of you tonight. And Connor, nice one.
Yeah, cheers, boys. Cully, I was just thinking is we could, Sky Sports do at the end of the year to do like their bloopers, a blooper
Yeah,
reel.
yeah.
We have a whole blooper reel from
That's
Paddy just for
content.
tonight.
Yeah. Just show this episode. Just literally clip Paddy for this episode and just stick
That's
it
what
up
I
there.
mean.
And...
Get an hour out of it.
You're welcome.
Right, Connor. Yeah, nice one. And yeah, nice one to myself for being me. We will be back next week at 8 p.m. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So what?
I was going to say, hang on, I thought next week was Christmas, but I was like, no, it's actually not. Doesn't matter.
Christmas, yeah. Right. Well, we will be back next week on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. So we'll see everybody then.